Okay, so here we go. A book, What If There Are No Bees? I wanted to sit here by the bees. I wanted to show you the bees as they come and go. The entrance is up here. They come in and they leave. You may have heard us talking about a pollen drawer. We switched it yesterday. It was down here on the side. This colony was way high. I couldn't even reach the top. But here we go. Here's a pollen drawer. And you may see them kind of trying to figure out where their new entrance is, because it's different today than it was yesterday. So it's kind of like, they're making sure they need to know where they come and go up here versus yesterday it was down there. So here's this book I wanted to read, What If There Were No Bees? This was a book given to Paul, or I should say donated to Paul, back several years ago as part of his promoting awareness for honeybees and all the good they do. So don't be fooled by a bee's size. It's tiny compared to foxes, skunks, owls that share its grasslands home. But bees do the work of giants. Bees spend countless hours darting from flower to flower to collect pollen and nectar. Grassland plants, animals, and insects are tied to one another by food chains. Bees, as well as other living things, belong to several chains. Many food chains are connected by one plant or animal to create larger food webs. So let's look. We've got the fox, and the bird, the hawk here in the sky, snake, owl, little mouse, honeycomb, bear, spider, toad, bees. Got your flowers with the nectar down here. If I didn't say possum already, skunk, wasp. Pretty cool picture. Flowers are bees' best friend. They're often filled with a sweet liquid called nectar. Bees sip the nectar to keep up their energy. Honeybees also use nectar to make the honey. As bees collect nectar, tiny pieces of pollen stick to their furry legs. When bees visit other flowers, the pollen falls off. Flowering plants need pollen to create seeds and fruits. This process is called pollination. You can see the picture there, and you can see the pollen kind of blown up in these pictures, but you can see the pollen on their back legs. They've collected it and they pack it down and carry it on their legs. And you can watch closely, you might be able to see some of that on that. If it was warm outside, that's 100% you'd be able to see them coming and going with the pollen, but it's a tad cool. As bees fly around to collect food, they face many dangers. Spiders, birds, toads, and other hungry predators hunt these hard-working insects. Pollution and some of the pesticides farmers use to protect their crops can also hurt bees. Just a little side note, we don't use pesticides and insecticides at our house anymore. Mice often make unwelcome nests in honeybees' boxes. While the mice aren't dangerous to bees, they do damage the boxes and the bees' honeycomb. The smell of mouse droppings may cause bees to leave their hive for good. What would happen if bees became extinct? If there were no bees, farmers near grasslands would have a lot of trouble growing crops. Farmers need bees, especially honeybees, to help pollinate their fruit and nut trees. Apple, cherry, plum, and avocado trees would produce less fruit or none at all without the bees. Almond and macadamia trees would produce less too. So this is showing you if the bee wasn't able to be there. We've got the garden here, wouldn't have the fruit and vegetables, and trees, and all the pretty flowers. And you got the hawk in the sky. You get a picture. fields of strawberry plants wouldn't be able to produce fruit. Neither would blueberry plants. Without bees, there would be fewer carrots, onions, and other vegetables. Bees are major pollinators of many fruit and vegetable crops. And here again, this is just showing you the picture if we didn't have what it would look like, taking some of those out. Grassland, wildflowers, and other plants couldn't make seeds without bees. Flowering bushes in nearby forests couldn't grow berries for birds. Soon, many mice, squirrels, and other small animals would not have enough food to survive. Honeybees make honey from the nectar they collect. Bears, skunks, mice, and ants love sweet honey. It's an important food source for them. Without honey, these animals and many others would suffer. Without bees, grasslands and nearby farms and forests would become quieter, less colorful places. Fewer truckloads of fresh fruits and vegetables. No flowering plants blanketing the wide open fields. No bright berries or crunchy seeds for the forest animals to eat. What would happen if bees became extinct? All kinds of things. The loss of one small creature, even as small as a bee, can have a huge effect on the ecosystem of our world. Today's scientists are studying bees closely to learn how to keep them safe and healthy. Farmers are finding new ways to control pests. All of this hard work should mean more bees buzzing around in the future. So there we go. The bees, the honeybees, are very important to the pollination. If you like fruits and vegetables and nuts, then see what you can do to help. Thank you all.